Man who's perhaps the most sympathetic character of the last 10 years, Goran Ivanisevic, and largely because of his exploits against Sampras. 2 Wimbledon finals, and by many people's cognizance, Ivanisevic is the best player never to have won a Grand Slam. Let's focus first of all on Pete Sampras, because of Rafter's demise at Halle. He is #1 next week for the 268th week, just 2 weeks behind Ivan Lendl, who has the world record 270. He goes into this match as the world ranked #3, the #2 seed, up against the #8 seed, ranked 15 in the world, Goran Ivanisevic. 21 titles, but none since February of last year in Split. And 3 Wimbledon finals, 92 against Agassi, and then 94 and 98 against Sampras. 94 was a shattering experience because he was just blown off the court. 98 because he came so close. Head-to-head, 11-6 in Sampras' favour. On grass, Ivanisevic has beaten Sampras once at Wimbledon in the semi-final in 92 on the way to that Agassi final. But boy, has he been made to pay for it since. And since the last Wimbledon final, Ivanisevic really has sunk almost without trace. And his ranking will slip alarmingly if he doesn't do well at Wimbledon next week. Not next week, 2 weeks' time. But everybody, Mark, almost without exception, wishes Ivanisevic well. And even though Pete's done so much here in London, 5 Wimbledon titles, a champion here at Stella in 1995, I think there'll be a lot of support for Goran.
Well, I think so. I think it's one of those sort of matches the public love to come and watch, because they like and respect both players. And Goran, in many respects, after last year, will be getting the sympathy vote, a little like Jana Novotná when she lost that match against Steffi Graf at Wimbledon. And next year she was without question the crowd's favourite. So Goran, to a certain extent, is in that category at the moment, but don't be feeling too sorry for himself. He'll be out here today wanting to take the scalp of Pete Sampras and try and get his year off to a start, because, as you said, it's been pretty disappointing for him in terms that he's been used to for the last 10 years or so in his career. And interesting enough, you look at someone like Goran, you think, well, he's fairly erratic, he's sort of up and down, and some weeks he's bothered, some weeks he's not, but he's actually only one of 2 players to finish in a year-end ATP Tour top 20 for the last 9 years. And the other person is on the other side of the net.
Vedran Martic, Ivanisevic's coach, on the left there. They were schoolboy chums. And now Martic
2 minutes
in charge. I had dinner with Ion Tiriac last week at Roland Garros, and he was saying that really the 2 biggest disappointments of his tennis life, both as a player and subsequently as an entrepreneur, or whatever you'd like to call it, and he comes in so many guises. The 2 main disappointments for him, Ilie Nastase, that he never won more, and he said over and above that, Goran Ivanisevic, for him, he said he's such a sympathetic character, and he said, I love Goran like my son. He said, but to see the little achievement with the talent, wouldn't say it's a waste of talent, because he's tried all he can within his talent, but because of the mindset that he has, he just hasn't been able to do more. And he said it is for him a shattering experience that Goran hasn't won a Grand Slam.
Well, I think it is for everyone, because, as you said at the beginning, he is the best player that has yet to win a Grand Slam title, and let's hope he can do. I mean, there's no question that he's got the ability, and each time he gets closer and closer at Wimbledon, maybe, perhaps, it's going to be the time that he can do it. But obviously, the longer it goes on, the tougher it's going to be. I don't believe he's got the right mindset to win any other Grand Slam apart from Wimbledon.
Paul Anacone on the left, Sampras' coach. On the right, Rolt Landers, his fitness trainer. And boy, can he talk the talk.
Yeah, he can talk the talk. I was actually watching my ex-coach Nigel Sears running in the London Marathon, and Walt came steaming through in about 2.5 hours. So very fit, and takes his training very seriously. Something which will rub off onto Sampras, I'm sure.
Yes, actually, I saw Walt the next day in a cab in Monte Carlo on the Monday after the London Marathon, and he missed his time about 15 seconds. He was so upset he couldn't talk about it. I think it was 2.5 hours. He wanted to be within 2.5 hours, and he missed it about 15 seconds, and he just didn't want to talk. He was emotionally crippled.
No, as I said, he takes it very, very seriously. I mean, he actually went to Mexico to do some altitude training, so you know, he is a man that takes his running very seriously, and just as players judge their own performance on a tennis court by winning and losing, Walt judges his by his times. Interesting fact with Goran last year, rented a house and ate the same meal every single evening for the entire championships. Did not change it once. Very superstitious as a character, especially on the tennis court, and everyone with him that week had to eat exactly the same meal as well.
Lucky we don't have the same regime here.
Not likely.
Had enough croissants for 1 week.
Play.
Sampras to begin. That'll do for starters.
15. All. Wait, please.
Sampras, who had a bye in the opening round and has beaten 2 Aussies to get here. Todd Woodbridge taken to a third set there, 6-4 in the third, and then Wayne Arthurs yesterday, 7-5, 6-3, which took him back to number 1. So a couple of raking returns from Ivanisevic.
15-40.
And rewarded with 2 break points here.
Sampras taking all the pace off that first serve and just looking for the angle, which he got, stretching Goran out wide.
Deuce. Advantage Sampras.
122 miles an hour, second ace. Goran look as if he's thriving being back on the grass. Haven't seen any of his matches so far. Had a bye in the opening round, then he beat All-in Stanojcic of Bulgaria in straight sets, and then Sebastian Leroux scraped through 6-4 in the third yesterday to get through to the quarter here. Yep.
Advantage Sampras.
Right to the line.
Already in this opening game, we've seen what sort of match it's going to be. There's going to be a few flashes of brilliance on the return. A lot of big serving.
That's first serve. Game Sampras.
So Sampras given a bit of a workout there, but he comes through it okay. So the number 2 seed leads 1-love.
Amazing northeastern Thailand.
This weekend on Eurosport, you can see the informed fast courters strut their stuff on nature's chosen tennis surface, grass. We're at the Queen's Club in London for the Stella Artois and at Halle in Germany for the Gary Weber Open, both breathtaking arenas. It's semi and final time. You'll probably be watching the next Wimbledon champion. The Stella Artois and the Gary Weber, the semis live on Saturday with the finals on Sunday on Eurosport.
15-love. Love 1. Ivanisevic against Sampras. There's a good ring about it, doesn't it?
Second serve. $30-15.
There have been times this year when I think he'd rather have been a soccer player.
14.
Had 18 matches this year, Goran. He's won 7 of them.
Game, Ivanisevic. One game on.
So a more comfortable service game for the Croat. Yeah.
What if Goran has nightmares about Sampras volleying at the net?
15 love.
Again, not a bad passing shot.
Goran's hitting the ball very well.
And I think that's the sort of player he is. He's very streaky. When he gets hot, he's very good. And at the moment, Sampras in trouble on his serve every time he doesn't make a good first serve. Goran not renowned for his return of serve, but it has been very good at the start of this match.
Nothing much wrong with that second serve, but Goran read it like a book.
15-30.
Perfect technique for grass, very short swings.
Oh.
40-30.
Third ace. Yeah, it's just a little bit too much firepower.
Deuce.
But again, Goran getting onto the second serve. Sampras getting it low. Hitting the ball very sweetly at the start of this match.
Yeah, almost too much time. He's reacted so well instinctively. Real chance there to get a break point. Oh, yes.
Again, another great passing shot. Got around the outside of that ball, bringing it back in at the last minute. You get the feeling Goran really needs to take advantage of this good play at the moment.
That's first serve. Advantage.
Yes, the forehand pass is the one that's let him down. Second chance there, the other side.
Deuce.
Second double fault.
Advantage Sampras.
It's been his key serve from the right court down the middle.
Game Sampras.
High-class stuff early on, as we hoped it would be.
Sampras leads.
And it's Sampras leading 2-1 in this opening set.
I was 39 years old and people thought that I was washed up. That's when I switched from a wound ball to the Strata and had amazing results. My scores were lower and I started winning more. The Masters, the British Open, and the PGA Tour Player of the Year. The multi-layer Strata is longer off your driver and it putts truer than wound. It's also incredibly accurate off your irons. If you're still playing a wound ball, you don't know what you're missing. Switch to Strata and lower your scores.
Hear that?
It's coming straight out of the C-25, and I gotta let you know, it's my sound.
That's why I designed a splash and shock resistant casing for the C-25.
Klein, leicht, schlau. Das neue Siemens C25. Das hat was. Be inspired.
Winning first serve for Ivanisevic. Watching the second quarter-final of the day here at Queen's. The Stella Artois. It's 1-2. Sampras in two minds there. Initially thought it was going to be an unreturnable shot.
Yeah, just afterwards he was just telling himself, come on, let's get going here. Goran's come to play.
Sure has. It's a delight for me to see Goran. I haven't, as I said, seen any of his matches this week. I've seen plenty here in the last few weeks, and they haven't been pretty watching. Fine return.
40-15.
If you can, this is what you've got to do with Goran's serve. Just block it back. Just get the ball down at his feet.
Second double. Interesting watching the radar gun here. I know we don't trust the radar gun, particularly at this tournament, but it's confirming a few things that I thought of Goran. His serve has definitely dropped around 10 miles an hour. Working well, so don't want to criticise it at the moment. I think it's one of the reasons why he's in such trouble so regularly.
Yeah, and this doesn't help. He's still got a fairly big serve at times, but this sort of call isn't ideal. Linesman not ideally placed, it has to be said. Long way out of court. I know that it's tough to see when someone like Sampras is returning from where he is, but he was a long way out of the court there.
That's first serve.
Sampras clipping that, but going back to the speed of the Ivanisevic serve, that's just a confidence thing. He's been missing too many first serves. He's just dropped it, and now he's finding it difficult to get the technique back.
Well, I think at times it also depends how much Goran practices as well. I mean, he's definitely one of those sort of characters that does what he wants to do, and you know, and that's why people can relate to him, because he's got sort of a normal character in many respects. So. And the one thing about the serve is it needs to be good timing. That's why you see all the sort of good players. You look at Ruzetsky, you look at Sampras, you look at Henman. It's in the timing. It's not necessarily they're the strongest people, but they just have great timing on the first serve. And if you haven't been practicing it all that much, that's something that can go. And he hasn't been playing that many matches. Again, another reason why.
Sampras.
Sampras looks pretty well oiled now behind his serve. 6 aces already. Sampras leads 3-2 in this opening set.
I expect you'd like to go to Silverstone, wouldn't you?
No, to Wimbledon.
Oh, Mr. Becker, hello. Nice shorts. Okay, right, Wimbledon. Well, that's southwest London. You go left and then right. Links und rechts. I sprechen nur ein bisschen Deutsch, yeah? Okay, so then you come to the river. It's River Thames. We're awfully proud of it. You go over the river. It's a huge bridge. You can't possibly fail to notice the bridge. You see, it's absolutely massive. It's just like your serve, eh? I'm perfectly happy to come with you, actually. I mean, I'm not really doing anything. Doris, I want to have your babies!
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned.
Go on, my child.
I drank vodka.
Well, sometimes even I.
Which vodka?
Finlandia vodka.
My child, that is not a sin.
Welcome back. Goran has just served an ace to go 15 love. His second, 2-3, first set.
And again, gets a shot at the second serve, Sampras. He makes Goran pay.
Three doubles now. Another very close call, but may just have got the back of the line. Yes, well played, Sampras, particularly. Goran watchful enough.
40-30.
Never easy to know what to do with that sort of return there. Goran electing to go for the drop shot. Got away with
it. And 124-mile-an-hour first serve. Ace number 3. 3 games each.
3 games all.
There'll be a lot of people saying, well, this is just about serving and that's it, and the points are too quick. So you just got to admire how well these guys serve. It's very tough to get up there and consistently serve around the 125-mile-an-hour mark and place it as well as they do. You just look at Goran's last serves right in the corner.
Real stamp with that front foot from Sampras.
15 love.
Just getting the volley very early out in front of the body.
Ooh. Well, he did well to watch that away. Might easily have landed on the cord.
Game Sampras, new balls, please.
So immaculate serving from Pete Sampras.
Sampras leads.
7 games, all with serves so far. 4-3.
Wherever you look, there's always something plus. The Wagon R Plus, a Suzuki original.
Yahoo?
Welcome back. 3-4. First set of this second quarterfinal. Wonder shot. Who's just joined us. Greg Rosetsky is out of the tournament, beaten by Sarkis Sarkisian of Armenia, 6-2, 6-4. Tim Henman is next up here on centre against Karol Kuchera. That's pretty good serving from Ivanisevic. All of them over the 120-mile-an-hour mark. That 124. 2 aces, 4 in all now.
4 games all.
And I guess you could say that one service break could be enough here in this set.
Yeah, I think you could definitely say that one service break, any service break whatsoever, will be enough in this set and the match. You'd have to give Ivanisevic ahead on points at the moment if we were scoring it.
Incidentally, if you've been watching all week, you'll have heard us earlier on this week banging on about Leighton Hewitt, the 18-year-old from Australia, especially after his win yesterday against Mark Philippoussis. Well, he's won again today on the #1 court, beat Cedric Pioline, and he's through to the semi-final. He won 7-5, 6-4. And that's a story that will run and run. Third double from Sampras. Hewitt will play the winner of this match, and believe me, whoever wins, even if it's Sampras, he won't be overawed.
Oh, he's a very good player, and it's probably his least favourite surface, you have to say, grass, and coming through here is pretty impressive. Maybe we're all looking at the wrong Aussie for a title chance at Wimbledon.
Sampras.
Still no break in the Sampras armour behind that serve. When we come back, Ivanisevic will be serving to stay in the set.
Die erste Waschmaschine mit Knitterschutzsystem. Sivamat XL von Siemens. Weniger bügeln auf Knopfdruck. Siemens. Wir gehören zur Familie.
Terrific shot of clubhouse. Absolutely jam-packed today. Tournament just seems to get stronger and stronger this year. Once again, they got 2 of the top 3 players in the world, plus Henman and Rosetsky thriving. It's a great time for British tennis. As we were saying yesterday, a time that we should cherish.
No, absolutely, but perhaps one of the negative points of it is that most of our tennis is seen to be played on grass here, and it's this sort of tennis that a lot of the kids grow up looking at, quick points, and especially when you talk in the context of this sort of match. Tennis, this is only 4 weeks of the year tennis is played like this. There's a lot more tennis on the hard and clay.
One of the longest rallies of the match.
15 love.
A dashing Ivanisevic to finish it off. Oh. First a caress and then a kiss. Case number 5.
Game, Ivanisevic. Five games all.
10 games in exactly half an hour.
Including breaks.
And absolutely no sign of a breakthrough. 2 break points in the opening Sampras service game. Quickly neutralised. Since then, nothing.
Definitely have to say that Goran's playing the better tennis at the moment. If he does get an opportunity, he's being more effective than Sampras at the moment on the returns.
Oh yes, well switched. It looked to me like Goran was going down the line. Sampras changed his racket very quickly.
Again, Goran going through one of those stages where he can't miss on the returns if he can get his racket on the ball. He won't thank me for saying that, will he?
A real chance.
Yeah. 40-30.
And the racket just slipping out of his hand there.
And good that Mike Morrissey didn't jump on him. Several might have. But he should be allowed to express himself like that.
Game Sampras.
Well, just a sneak of a chance there. And the door slammed. Sampras 6-5.
Sampras leads 6 games to 5.
Yahoo?
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned.
Go on, my child.
I have been very self-centered lately.
I see.
And I envy those who have more than I do. And I have very dirty thoughts all the time.
Anything else, my child?
I drank vodka.
Well, sometimes even I.
Which vodka?
Finlandia vodka.
My child, that is not a sin.
quickly, please. Thank you.
Welcome back. Ivanisevic then for the second time serving to stay in this set. 5-6. Beautifully guided return. And Goran's caught him up on aces now, 6 apiece. Sampras stepping it up.
And great return there from Sampras. Good stretch from Goran. But that's not a bad weakness to have.
I've always felt about the Sampras backhand that it's a pretty good weapon when he's attacking, but it can break down defensively.
Well, I think that's all he does do a lot of the time, is just be defensive with it, get the ball high over the net, especially on the hard courts, and then just wait for his opportunity to hit the forehand. But it's a pretty heavy shot all the same, and you know, we'll talk about it in terms of Stefan Edberg's forehand as well, but not really a weakness.
Set point. And suddenly, in vintage Sampras style, he gets the big points when he wants it. 2 wonderful shots. And out of nowhere, Sampras has conjured up the set in 36 minutes.
Sampras to serve.
Yeah, I think Goran, we're calling a few police cars. He's just been robbed. He was just definitely ahead in that set, had all the break points, looked to be playing the better tennis. All of a sudden, Sampras out of nowhere.
Now he's done and look really good.
That's for serve.
Yes, some dark oaths being muttered right there.
Second serve.
There's a great shot again from Sampras, but one of the reasons why Goran hasn't done as well as perhaps he could have done is because he just hasn't been able to deal with the adversity. And again, in that first set, should have won it, lost it, and now looks very down.
Sampras is beginning to look what he is, the Rolls Royce of players. And he leads now by a set and 1 love.
What do you see? What you see is a car that offers the ultimate in drivability and dependability. What you see is a car that not only looks better, but has a body armor that lasts. What you see is a car whose every detail is checked to ensure it's as reliable as it is ingenious. And what you see is a car that is as economically beautiful as it is beautiful to behold. What you see is a Hyundai. So prepare to want one.
Love 1, second set. And first set to the new world #1, Pete Sampras. Well, world #1 next Monday, once again, for the 268th time.
Love 15.
Just a little slow to that, Goran.
Love 30.
And again, not sure if he was trying to look for the slice on the serve, but again, only 100 miles an hour, really giving Sampras a look at that serve.
15-30.
Yeah, fancied that. In position, right in the zone. And he could have set up another break point. So which that happens, but you feel it was good for Goran, in a way good for the match. Sampras is really playing excellently now.
Yeah, you don't get the feeling in this sort of match they're going to be exchanging breaks too often.
Sampras better not look up at the radar gun. Had that at 30 miles an hour. It's one of yours. Perhaps he did.
15 all.
Just letting it go by, so viewers out there know that's not true. Never hit a serve 30 miles an hour in my life. 28, not 30.
Oh yeah. Immense strength there.
30-15.
A classic example of why this man has been so successful on the grass. Not a bad return there. Just a beautiful volley. Good to see Pete getting a little upset when he misses volleys sometimes. Get the feeling he's out here just having a bit of a practice before Wimbledon, but it looks like he's really up for this tournament this year.
Another chance for Goran. Sampras again, just a little bit too solid at the net.
2 games to 1.
Serving well too, and he leads by a set and with serve in the second. 2-1.
Technology that can nourish the earth. Advanced plastics with the ability to inspire.
Good morning, kids!
Engines that bring us together. Machines with the power to help heal. Ideas to illuminate our secrets. And brilliant new ways to share them.
Buongiorno. Buongiorno.
At GE, everything we do to fulfill the promise of a new day.
Fifteen love in the fourth game of this second set with serve so far.
Love.
Even more quick fire than usual at the moment. Sampras thought that was wide, and for the second time down that line, doesn't get the call he wants. Let's have a look. Yeah, he might have a point, but that time the line judge had a good view.
A decent view. I still think he's. Well, he had a decent view. I still think he's standing far too wide. I think you could get down a little lower and see the line from a better angle. It's quite tough to see it from where he's standing.
Seven aces each. And 4 doubles each.
15 all.
It's amazing, but the points are getting shorter.
Sampras did well there.
And you almost get the feeling in a match like this that sort of shot from Goran is sort of a chance, is a big chance. Doesn't get to look at too many passing shots and really needs to make a few when he does. I'm just telling himself that.
Your Croat's obviously better than your English.
Well, I'm coaching a Croatian girl now, so she's taught me most of the language. Pick it up pretty quickly.
8th ace.
Sampras.
Giving himself a kick. He's a great sight when he does things like that. No wonder he remains one of the focal points of tennis. But Sampras looks to be winning this at the moment. 3-2, second set.
Have you experienced the new Kia? The new Kia in gear. A most surprising driving experience. Get in gear with Kia and discover the real meaning of value.
Ein Stück von mir steckt jetzt in jedem C25.
That's why I designed a splash and shock resistant casing for the C25.
Klein, leicht, schlau. Das neue Siemens C25. Das hat was. Be inspired.
Second serve for Ivanisevic at the start of the sixth game.
Goran really guilty of not doing enough for that half volley. Just happy to get it back.
Love 15.
Sitting in the middle of the court. Thank you very much.
A quick fire game. Just looking at Goran's recent form, it's amazing he's doing as well as he is here. Beaten in his first match at Key Biscayne, lost in the first round to Hikamarasi in Monte Carlo. Went to Prague, lost first round there, Marcus Hanch. Hamburg, lost first round, Rainer Schuttler. Rome, lost first round, Patrick Rafter. Won a match in St. Polten, but lost the second to Guillermo Canes, and lost in the first round of the French Open to Arasi again. And now he's playing shots like that.
Well, I think this is without question his favourite surface. You don't have to think too much. It's very instinctive, something that Goran has a lot of. And his big serve gets him out of trouble at times.
Oh, it's a wonderful forehand from Sampras.
Well, this could have changed the tide of the match, but Sampras again coming up with the big volley just when he needed it.
Accelerates, but I think his quickest serve so far, 124 miles an hour. His ninth ace. Goran. Real talent, not just with his hands.
40-30. Game Sampras.
Sun beginning to shine now. It looks like it's going to be a fine evening.
Sampras leads 4 games
It's
to 3.
looking good if you're Pete Sampras. No breaks, but he really is moving very well indeed. A set and 4-3 up.
As we take a look at both their serves, both completely different. Goran, you certainly wouldn't coach that. Pete's you would. Both hit it off pretty low ball tosses, and both in the same place for their slice serves and their big serves down the middle, which makes it so difficult to read. You see Sampras so high off the ground, getting all the extra inches he can on top of the ball. But it's just one of those sort of matches which you can get on grass between these two players. They both serve so well, and you have to respect them for that. Very difficult to do what they do, but at the same time, obviously, when you serve as well as this, you're not going to have a good matchup. Seen some good ones this week in terms of Rosetsky and who he's played, but this one is obviously going to be a big serving contest.
Well, that's set up and begged to be punished. Goran's quickest serve so far, 125 miles an hour. 9 aces each.
Well, the serve, according to the radar gun, was only 21 miles an hour, but that return was definitely quicker than that. Beautifully blocked.
Another present.
30.
You don't want to be feeding Sampras too many of those sort of forehands. Big point.
Break point. And if Sampras gets it, he'll be serving for a place in the semi. And the crowd want more of it, even though Henman's up next.
Advantage Ivanisevic.
Oh, he meant that.
Sampras is certainly starting to find a bit of a groove on his returns, both forehand and backhand.
Advantage Sampras.
Second break point. He's finding the first serve when he needs it.
Deuce. That's second serve. That's second serve. advantage, Ivanisevic.
Strong serving, and his character held well there. Sampras really pepping up the return. 4 games all.
It's what's soul destroying sometimes playing someone like Goran. He works so hard to get a couple of break points and he just snuffs them out with a couple of big serves. Not that the man serving doesn't do that to his opponents a lot of the time.
Well watched.
30 love.
Oh.
30-15.
Sampras going up for his trademark slam dunk and wasn't very elegant. I think his string saver went the other side of the court.
I think he's got a dummy. Is it a vibration dampener on his racket?
Maybe it is, yeah. Well played. And maybe that missed smash will turn out to be important.
30 all.
I think Pete was a little surprised that ball came over the net. That's why he hit the volley that he did.
Game Sampras.
So plenty happening again in that game, but Sampras in the end closing it out with the big serve.
5 games to 4.
And Goran now is going to have to serve to stay in the match.
Well, these two last year, the winner and the runner-up at Wimbledon, and I wonder if it's going to be the same this year. Be a few interesting contenders for the title this year. A poll taken already this week. Tim Henman topped it, but I don't think you could write either of these out once they walk through the gates at Wimbledon. There's a special feeling about the place for both players, and Goran desperately wants to win the title. Pete, I don't think he'll miss too many of those at Wimbledon.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think before I'd seen this match, I don't think I'd have put Goran in my 6, even though he'd have been close to it. I think if I had to have 7, he'd be there now.
Well, I think he's got a bit of desire back and a bit of belief in his game. Once he's got back onto the grass, things have started to click a little bit, and certainly he has been playing some pretty good tennis out here, and he's a little unlucky to be in the situation that he's in at the moment. But having said that, you create your own luck.
Serving to stay in the match, 4-5.
Love 15.
5th double. Held it back and waited for Sampras to come in.
15 all.
Good early forehand volley here from Goran, right in front of his body.
Yeah, just enough from Sampras. He really is cracking that backhand.
In a way, Goran closed the net down too much and didn't give himself very much time. Sampras, as you say, really cracking that one.
And Goran a little lucky there. Sampras not ready. I don't think Goran saw him.
Wait, please.
Whoa. There's a maverick in him. 111-mile-an-hour second serve right to the line. I think it was probably the back of the line it got. Ace number 11. Do it again.
Be disappointed with that. Had a good shot at that backhand return, and he started picking it up and hitting it very well.
Well, must have missed by a whisker. 118-mile-an-hour second serve. Mike Morrissey, well, it's very tough to call it that quick. He's not going to get it changed now, but Goran just loves the conversation. Nice to see it again. Here we go.
Goran's got a point there, I think, is just how long the linesman waited to make the call. Players like to hear it almost straight away, but perhaps the linesman just teaching him a lesson. Don't serve at 118 miles on your second serve. It was mighty close.
6-double, deuce. Oh, Goran.
Advantage Sampras.
It's match point. Oh, don't believe it. 108 miles an hour, but again, smack on the line.
Well, he is percentage tennis personified, isn't he, Goran?
He's in. Did he need to play it? I'm not sure. I think it was going out.
But this is
what a shot.
Unbelievable shot from Sampras. It's well enough to reach it, let alone hit that.
Second match point. Well done.
Deuce.
He's seeing it so well now.
Advantage Sampras.
Well, Goran hardly got in off the service line there.
Third match point. No. Well, some superb returns from Sampras in the end. Pretty good performance from him. Not bad either from Ivanisevic. He won't see it that way right now. All he knows is he's out of the tournament. Sampras through again to the semi-final. But there was a fair amount for both players to take from that match.
Well, I think the standard of the tennis got better as the match went on. In many respects, Goran started the match very, very well and had opportunities. And against a man like Sampras, you really feel on grass you've got to take whatever opportunities you can create. And a really good start. But Sampras came back strongly and just broke from nowhere in the first set at 6-5 and looked the better player from then on in. But good effort from Goran.